What's happening guys, NASCAR Gamer here and welcome back to another gaming video. A quick shout out to my friend WRLGGKID, as a few of these clips in this video are from him and not from me, so I just want to give a quick shout out to him quickly. But enough talking, it's time to get into today's video of if I crash in any of the NASCAR games I own, the game changes. This is part 7 of this series, which I've really enjoyed making since part 1, and if you enjoyed this series let me know down below, and I look forward to potentially making a part 8 very soon. If you enjoy these videos, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos just like this. I enjoy, like I just said, I enjoy making these sorts of videos and I'll be happy to make more of these in the future just for you guys to enjoy. But for real this time, enough with the talking, enough with the intro, time to get into today's video, time to meet the challenges that await us. First up is everyone's favourite game. Yay, we're back in NASCAR 21 Ignition, my all-time favourite game which I always love to play with no issues at all, and the AI are just absolutely amazing, and that's why I love this game ever so much. For real though, I absolutely despise this game. We're doing 100% 200 laps around Daytona, so this is going to be a real challenge. We have no mirror at all, the spotter is absolutely terrible. We can only really trust our instincts here at Daytona, and this is hope for the very best, as so far so good. We run the outside lane, we stay up there as everyone begins to bail out a little bit. A bit of contact there from the 12. Things getting pretty intense. We only began lap number 2. We're already going 3 wide in the middle, and you see we're being pinned by Kurt Busch and Kyle Larson. We're literally in the middle of the storm right now. Things feeling pretty tense already, and we're going to turn Daniel Suarez on lap number 2. Thankfully we're not involved, but that's our first incident of the day. We've just restarted and this game has literally simulated 6 laps under yellow flag, which seems like quite a lot, but I mean, I don't want to cause cautions because I know that'll take away a lot of laps, but you know what, that may have just helped just a little bit. Either way, we get a big run from Denny Hamlin. We're going to go below the yellow line just a tiny bit. We go 3 wide on the inside and we try to go up front and we make it to 3rd place. Either way, we got a big run on the inside, and that's from the 11 and the 12 car. We're going to fall back just a little bit. We're not going to make it a risky move. We make slight contact with my man William Byron. My absolute apologies. We get right behind him though, and right now we're all going single file. I can feel us getting a pretty big run right over here. Do we go down low? No, we're going to go up high. We're not going to help you, Byron. My apologies. We're going to try and make it 3 wide. A pretty silly move, but we actually make it work. We put Hamlin right in the middle, and we're going to get to the Austin Alliance. This is a tough choice. Do I work together with my favourite driver, Byron, or do I work with the Austin Alliance? I'm sorry, Byron, but it's going to work. It's going to be the Austin Dillon and the Austin Cindric Alliance. I see Austin Dillon up there kind of struggling here. There's no one to help. That's why the Austin Alliance is going to work, and that's why we're going to come in clutch. We're going to try and go right behind him, help him. Hamlin tried to go up high to block us, but he was too late, and we're going to push Austin Dillon up front. It's currently a drag race for the lead, but so far it looks like we're going to get ahead of him going down the back stretch. I feel bad that I betrayed William Byron, so you know what? See you later, Austin Dillon. You can work on yourself for now, as we're now going to make it try and go down low, in which we do. We abandoned the alliance, we broke the treaty. I just want to work with William Byron. Honestly, the racing for NASCAR 21 Ignition so far has been pretty good. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to jinx it because we're not even a quarter way in the race. So we have a bit of contact right there from Kyle Busch. We're going to go up into the wall, go a bit wide, a bit more contact, I believe that was from Kurt Busch, and we're going to lose a ton of positions. We're coming back with a vengeance. We're coming with a huge run. We're going to go into the inside lane. We're going to give a tap to Kyle Busch. Not too happy about that move, but to be fair, that was probably our fault, and we're probably just being a bit of a crybaby. But either way, we're going to go in the middle right over here. Chase Elliott went below the yellow line. What was he doing? And we're going to get right behind. I think that's a lap car of Cody Ware. I just need to set up ready for when we have our pit stops, because yes, there will be pit stops coming up in the next few laps for sure, because look at how low the fuel gauge is, as you can see, and meanwhile we're having to defend the inside lane as well. And I have confirmed it, I am coming down pit road this lap. I don't know if anyone else will join me. Let's wait and find out. We're now going to come down. I think we might be the first ones to come down pit road, and it looks like no one else is going to join us, so we may have just made a little mistake, because now we're going to have no support when we come out. Hopefully no glitch occurs that could ruin the race for us. Whoa, we're drifting on pit road. I think the game didn't know where we were meant to stop. Like I said, we're the only ones that came down pit road that lap, meaning we're going to be the only ones coming out, and as of which we're going to be on our own. We don't have any alliance that can help us. We're going to have to merge on our own and just hope we can catch up with the rest of the field and hope we can gain a ton more positions afterwards. Currently working with Christopher Bells, we now go on the inside of Bubba Wallace on the outside lane. As you can see right now, we back off just a little bit. Oh, he goes up high. That must mean that he's either going to pit road or he's just tapping out. Either way, we're currently still side by side, and we got some drivers coming onto pit road right now. And oh, we got a bunch of slow drivers up ahead, I believe. Yes, we do, and we just about react in time. That was a really close call right there. We did get a slight damage onto the right front splitter of the car, but you know what? At least we didn't pile in, otherwise that would have been the challenge over for us. I'm now cautious because of the AI, not just because of what just happened, but look at this. They're all sliding on the apron when they are coming off pit road and trying to merge onto the track. Just be careful, guys. We're now side by side with Anthony Alfredo in the 38 car, and oh, he's going to go up into us, and we're going to turn him, and that's probably going to be a yellow flag. Luckily it wasn't us, but yes, that's probably going to be a yellow flag, no doubt, because we got a car off in turn 4. Either NASCAR wasn't paying attention, or they just didn't want to throw a caution, because now we're going to throw a yellow flag here, no doubt. We actually turned the 17 car. Last time it wasn't a caution, but that's a big crash behind us, so they're going to have to throw a caution. And it looks like it's going to be the end of stage 1. Yes, it is, and we're going to finish 17th, just outside the top 10. Alright, time to go racing for stage number 2. Stage 1 went alright. Let's just see how we do in stage number 2, and hope we have the best of luck, as we still got a long way to go. We have a big run. Let's try and make it 3 wide on the outside. They know they check it out big time in front of us. And the 77's going around. That's Justin Haley. And he's going to go around. That's going to have to be a yellow flag. And surprisingly, the game actually throws it this time. I think the problem here is going to be the AI. It's not just because of how they race, but because of the fact they check up for no reason. You see right there, they're kind of bailing out just a little bit. 78 is giving us no room, and we have to make a risky move right there. We get a ton of positions, but we could have got turned on the yellow line. We didn't really have much of a choice because of the 78 car, but thankfully we survived.
You're in the middle here, 3 wide. Stay left, yellow,
or I guess not. As I was talking about the AI and how we have to be careful, of course, disaster struck. For starters, this is a really cool shot of turn number 4, but we're going to follow the 6 of Ryan Newman and see what happened. Looks like they're all just trying to go on pit road, and they don't realise that they're pitting, and as of which they end up crashing into them, and that was a bit of disaster right there. Now, yes, we were in the incident, but thankfully we made it through. We didn't spin out or anything, so we're getting a ton of positions right here. But as I was saying, we can continue in this challenge. We have not failed it. Despite being caught up, we didn't wreck out, so thankfully we are all good. Alright, we're now in turn number 4. Let's see what the AIs do this time. Are they pitting? Yes, they are. Look at this. Pretty much the entire field's coming down in one big train. We have nowhere to go. We barely slide through a slight gap. Jeez, what are the AIs doing?
Yellow flag. We cannot pass under yellow.
Look at this right here. They're all going single file onto pit road, and we have nowhere to go. We're boxed in. We make slow contact with the 4 car. We made it through though. I'm a little concerned we may have a penalty, because while I was going on a rant about the AIs, I noticed the spotter said we can't pass under the yellow. I'm really hoping it didn't give us a penalty for passing a bunch of pitting cars. And if it does, then that's just an ignition special for all of us, because the fact that that should not have been a yellow at all. That should have just been a green flag because they didn't pit under the stage brake. Meanwhile, we're going to back off a bit right here behind the 41 car as we're all going single file to see if they go onto pit road again this time. Looks like they all are, and yes they are, because they're slowing down. We've got a few slow drivers ahead that are still on the track, and we go on the outside and just avoid them. That was Blaney and Byron. And speaking of Byron, we're going to go right behind him. We're going to push him as an apology for the betrayal earlier, but we're going to work together right here. Jeez, game, are you trying to get the car really damaged or something? There is contact between us and the 8 car as we're now side by side on the outside lane. We're going to build a big run there, and that's going to be the end of stage number 2, and the game puts us in the wall. We haven't finished in the top 10 yet. We finished 14th in stage 2, but this is hope for the best in stage 3. It may look nice and peaceful up front, going single file, but right now we're side by side between us and Alex Bowman going down the back stretch. Bro, the 53 car's going to come with a big run. They're going on the inside. We're going 3 wide right now. We're in the middle. We're in a very sketchy situation. And oh, we're going to turn the 48 car after contact from the 34. As long as we can get through, we're okay. But oh no, we're going to get turned big time into the grass. And I believe that's the challenge over for us. Unfortunately, the challenge is over for us, but in our defence, the 34 knocked us into the 48, and that caused this massive 4-car accident in turn number 4. Something tells me they're pitting, and yes they are, because the 22 is going to slow down. We don't react in time. We ram into the back of the 22, and that is once again the game's fault. Thank goodness there's only 25 laps of suffering left, and we're going to make contact with the 2 car, and we're just going to turn him right there, and that's going to be another big accident. At least it means we have less laps left. So there was initial contact, and then we literally right hooked the 2 car, Brad Keselowski. He almost goes on his side right there, and he goes around turn 2. The physics in this game have ruined our chances at winning, so let's just mess with the physics by doing some somersaults on the back stretch. And we're going to do a 360, we're going to land it right in front of the leaders, and that's going to bring out a caution. But you know what, if you can't beat the physics, just join them. At least the physics have improved for the replays, because at least it doesn't do the jiggering thing anymore. At least it's nice and smooth. I mean, look at this. We just do a 360 and we land it. That was pretty cool. You know, that was so much fun. I feel like we can do it again. And there we go. Another somersault. And once again, we land it. Thanks to the penalty the game gave us for no reason, and for us just doing some somersaults, we're going to end this race in some style. This suffering's going to end in a fun way. Don't mind me, guys. Don't mind if I just spoil the party. And we're going to do like a 720 right there. We're going to go absolutely flying. And that's going to be a huge accident. And oh my goodness, the caution had to interfere there. You know what? I don't care. I just survived 100% in one of the worst games ever made. And that's all that matters despite failing the challenge. Up next is NASCAR 08. Look, we already survived NASCAR Total Ignition with 100% race nonetheless, so let's just try NASCAR 08, arguably a worse game than Ignition. And I can tell you why, because the car handles awfully and the physics are just not that great. So let's just try and survive the next 40 laps, which I highly doubt. Let's give it a shot. As you can see, we almost have an accident right there before, because we went right below the yellow line, which always upsets the car and turns the car, by the way. So that was lucky. No, we have a yellow flag already, and oh my goodness. Yeah, we're gonna need a yellow flag, because we just had someone barrel roll in the first turn on the first lap, and oh my goodness, is that AJ Allmendinger? Oh yeah, NASCAR used to do single file restarts every time they had to do a restart. This is going to be quite handy, because I noticed the field was kind of getting away from us for the short amount of racing we did, as we're now side by side with the 40 car, and we're going to get on the outside, we're going to make the pass. So that's the first pass of the race. Let's try and get some more. Not even been a lap yet, and we've already lost the draft pretty much. Now we're going to catch up just a slight bit here, but then this is the problem. The car handles awfully in the corners. You notice how it's all over the racetrack. It's not keeping a straight line. As you can see now, the drivers behind us as a result are now catching up. We have survived 2 laps of full racing, so that's already a massive achievement for this game because of how awful this car is handling. We've got a big run from behind. We're going to make a really bad move, and we're going to go around, and that's going to be the challenge over for us. I was kind of expecting it with this game, but you know what? I'm glad it's over, and you know what? We tried our absolute hardest. You know what we like to do every time we fail a challenge or even succeed? We always like to end it off in a bang. As you can see right there, a huge crash. We went absolutely spinning. And look at this, we're going to cause a massive pile up here at Indianapolis. And whoa, look at this, there's multiple drivers just flipping just ahead of us. We've just caused absolute carnage on the front stretch of Indianapolis. And yet it's already better than the 2008 Brickyard 400. Alright, let's take a look at what happened on the replay. As you can see right now, the 29 car. And whoa, look at the 20 car. Jesus, he sent it not just himself, but the 38 into a huge barrel roll. That was absolutely insane. We had so many drivers flying, I couldn't keep count what happened. But you see the 29 car. He went absolutely flying, or Kevin Harvick. Matt Kenseth went barrel rolling. It's like Talladega nights trying to get to the checkered flag first whilst barrel rolling. Look at Ricky Rudd over there. He's been caught up. This is the 3rd time Ricky Rudd has been involved in a serious accident in these videos with NASCAR 08. Poor Ricky, he's been involved in so many flips. I honestly feel quite bad for him.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, be installed for some of the most insane racing you'll see in this video. It's time for NASCAR The Game 2011 with their elimination mode at Martinsville. Elimination mode and Martinsville, a fantastic combo, and you'll see why. Because there are no cautions in elimination mode, we're going to try and cause an accident that's going to build up to be a massive pile-up. So entertaining, right? But our job is to try and avoid the accident and try to survive the entire elimination mode. But I highly see that happening because of how narrow Martinsville is and just how brutal this challenge really is. But first, we're going to try and take the lead from our teammate Jimmy Johnson, which we now do. We now take the lead, and we only have 35 drivers now remaining in the race, so it's going to be now or never. We now need to pick an innocent driver to take out, and it's going to be Andy Lally just ahead of us. And oh, he's going to save it, I believe. Yes, he does. It looks like it's not going to be him. So now we're going to try and turn him because we are choosing him. He's the chosen one. And no, we're going to be dragged onto pit road. And I don't believe it, but we've been eliminated without crashing because we went down pit road. The ultimate fail, the ultimate karma for us. So now we're going to have to do a retry. Okay guys, that never happened. Remember, that never happened, and we're going to completely retry without crashing. This time we're going to send it. We're not going to race nicely, and we're going to actually take out Andy Lally this time. So we got our own back, and we took out a triple wipeout right there. That's going to be an insane crash. Looks like they managed to get themselves sorted out. So let's turn the other Gordon around. That's a hard crash, and this looks more promising. But of course he has to get going before we cause a massive block up. So you know what, we're going to turn multiple drivers into one corner. And man, this looks way more promising. This looks like a multi-car pile-up. And this time looks way more promising. You see a bunch of drivers coming to a stop in turn number 3. And you can see right there, oh my goodness, one driver went flying, nearly took us out right then. And look at this just ahead of us. It is absolute carnage on the front stretch. The map's currently showing us a huge pile-up on the front stretch, which there is, and Marcus Ambrose is going to pull out in front of us. He's going to take us out. Next time, you wait until it's clear before you pull out. Whoa, look at that. That's Brad Keselowski over there. He's gone absolutely flying. He's upside down. Look at Kyle Busch. This is like a tsunami of cars over there. You know what? We're going to get eliminated at some point. So let's just reverse into this monstrosity down here on the front stretch. You see multiple cars on top of one another. You see right there, this is absolute carnage on the front stretch. And this is going to be an absolute sellout crowd next time we go to Martinsville as a result of this. Meanwhile, going into turn number 1, look what's going on over here. It looks like an absolute war scene. We get involved. And just look at this. And whoa, is that someone flying over the pit wall over there? I couldn't tell who that was. Either way, we're going to take out our teammate Jimmy Johnson around. The 22's catching some air right there. One driver literally sitting on top of me right now. The 7 car getting some air as well. And we're going to cause another big pile-up going into turn number 1. And geez, Matt Kenseth is barrel rolling, as you can see right there. And this is just an absolute monstrosity of a pile-up right there. We're now going to crash into him. And look at this, more drivers being caught up in this. The 47's now on his side. And this is going to be a huge accident as well. We've kept this crash alive, and yet the 47's now upside down. We jump over the other Jeff. We've got a pile-up just over here, which no one's disturbed yet until now. We jump over these two. As you can see now, we're about to be eliminated, so we might as well end it in style. Look at the 9 car right there. He went absolutely barrel rolling as well. Everyone, it's been an honour racing here at Martinsville today. We're about to be eliminated with 20 seconds pretty much to go. So let's join in one last time for this pile-up. As we can see right there, we sent someone flying into the crash. And you can see right here, look how many drivers are involved, including ourselves. And this is just a huge pile-up right here. Absolute carnage here at Martinsville, and it's been an incredible race. Ah, what a lovely evening here at Daytona. Just nothing like the sound of a good old NASCAR race. So, whoa! Did you think we were going to end it nice and calmly? We would never do such a thing. We go absolutely flying. We go higher than the grandstand right here at Daytona. We're barrel rolling in slow motion. Let's send it into one last big pile up. And whoa, we just launched someone big time into the crash. I think that was Casey Kane. And there's a huge stack up in turn number 1. And that's going to end it for NASCAR The Game 2011. Up next is NASCAR Heat 2. We are back at Daytona, only this time we are here for 14 laps, luckily not for an entire 200 laps this time. We are currently starting dead last in the number 1 car, but we're going to try and win the race if we can. So far everything is currently smooth sailing as we're now right behind Jeffrey Earnhardt, and we're going to make a move 3 wide on the inside. It's not going to work, we're going to fall back a little bit, but to be fair that was a bit too much of a risky move. We're only on lap number 2. We're trying to make our way up to the front of the field, but we're kind of stuck back here currently. We got the car, we just can't go anywhere as we right now. Oh, there's a bit of contact right there. We got quite loose and we almost went around after contact from Reed Sorensen, but luckily it was well held. Coming on to lap number 3, we're still behind Reed Sorensen. We're only still 38th, so this is not a great start at all. We've got enough time to make up the position there as we now go to the inside of Reed Sorensen. Luckily no contact this time as we're still right behind Jeffrey Earnhardt, looking on the inside, but looks like we're going to make the move. We set him up, but unfortunately we tapped the double yellow line. That's going to slow us down. We're now up to 36th, only a few positions, but we're beginning to make the move as we now go up high and we're going to dive down low. As you see, we set them up and we're going to go 3 wide on the inside of turn number 4, and as of which we're now up to 33rd and we are beginning to make the move. Man, look at this just ahead of us. This is really tight racing as we're behind Elliott Sadler, going to the inside of him in the draft with Danica Patrick. So as of which things are finally beginning to work out, but that was a bit sketchy there. We're going to try and squeeze by Cole Witt. Yes, we do. We make it 3 wide and somehow this works. And we're still 3 wide going into turn number 1 as we're now trying to make the move on Joey Gates, but unfortunately it didn't work that time. Looks like everyone's going to be pitting this lap because they're all pulling onto the inside line, and as of which we almost wrecked right there. Well held, and yes, everyone does pit, and we're one of the few drivers that don't. We've got a few slow drivers up ahead. I take that they probably ran out of fuel. As you see, Kyle Busch, he's run out of fuel. We go to the outside, Chase Elliott. We're going to get a ton of positions right here as a result of them not pitting, so this is a huge advantage. And we're going to take it nice and easy on the brakes so we don't spin out, as going from 200 to 55 miles an hour is not that easy, but we make it onto pit road without speeding, and it's now time to set up for our pit stop and get ready to have our pit stop and just hope we come out up front so we can try and have a shot at winning the 500.
We need tires now, come on, let's go! No tires, just gas! What? You need tires, you idiot!
I sure hope we don't need some tyres, but good news, we haven't got long left in the race, so I highly doubt we'll need some new tyres to make it to the end. All we needed was just a quick splash and go, and we're still up front, which is really good. We got 2nd place coming in the mirror, but we're going to slow Austin Dillon down, and as of which we take the lead from a green flag pit stop. This was a great move. Coming back to 4 laps to go this time by. All we need to do now is defend as Austin Dillon gets on the outside. Bit of contact there, sends us in the grass. That was another really well held save right there. We're coming back with 3 laps to go this time by. We need to focus, we need to catch back up. We need to stay in the slipstream. Yes, the cautions come out. We're going to be restarting 3rd on the inside line. This is everything we needed. Everything's gone well. All we need to do is take the lead and now defend. Alright, here we go. NASCAR overtime, a 2-lap shootout. Who's going to get it? Me, Dillon, or Hamlin, or someone else get it? Hopefully it'll be us, as now we go back racing, and we're right behind Austin Dillon. We get right to his bumper. We have the car, we have the speed to try and take the lead right here. We now have 1 lap to go. We only have 2.5 miles left to make the move. We only have 1 shot left. Here we go. We go on the inside of Austin Dillon going to turn number 1. We're both side by side, but we have the speed, so we're going to take the lead. AJ Allmendinger on the inside lane, Austin Dillon on the outside lane. We're up ahead, currently being the Pied Piper. We need to defend. We need to reenact what happened in 2010 for Jamie McMurray. We got up high now. We're going to have to try and block Austin Dillon, which we do. And we need to go out down low. No, AJ Allmendinger, we left the door open for him and he's going to get to the inside. And once again, we're going to have a win stolen from us from a silly move like that. And this has caused a big one after the race, which will not count. And we survived the challenge, but we lost to 500 in the final corner. Honestly, everything was going so well. We went up high to just try and block Austin Dillon, who had a slight run. But we left the door open on the inside for AJ Allmendinger, and he goes across the line to take the dub from us, which is a real sad shame because we had the win. But we end up finishing 3rd, and we end up causing the big one, which we have to have a look at right over here. You can see right there, we take out the pace car along with Paul Menard, a big accident right there. And oh my goodness, the pace car's literally being driven by headphones. Now to end NASCAR Heat 2, it's going to feature the pace car, but what you do, you get it so the game resets you. Position yourself like this, so then it lifts the pace car on top of your car and then move it onto the racetrack. Trust me, this is going to be absolutely insane for when the field comes by next time. Houston, it's time for liftoff. Well, I wasn't hoping it would be for us, but either way, we've got some air right there. We've lifted off the ground. Now we're barrel rolling in the infield, and we've just caused a huge one going into turn 1. Take a look at this. As you can see right there, we plow into the field. We literally just block the entire track pretty much. We go upside down, and whoa, look at the drivers barrel rolling back over there. Jesus, Paul Menard just went absolutely flying. What happened to the pace car though? I have no idea. It looks like he just was involved in the big one, but he didn't go flying, which is kind of a shame. But man, look how big that accident was. That was literally the definition of the big one. I mean, look at the track. It's entirely blocked. Guys, we're trying to have a pit stop right over here. My pit crew's literally going through all of you guys. They don't care. But what are you guys doing around my pit box? We're trying to have a service right here, and we're currently jammed inside Laguna. We have nowhere to go. Guys, can we go? Oh my goodness, what in the world? What's interesting about this next game is that you have to go to the arcade to play it, and yes, you've guessed it, it's NASCAR EA Racing, the arcade game. Honestly, this game is absolutely amazing. It's insane to play. The graphics, the physics are absolutely incredible, and for an arcade game, it's awesome. So let's get this started as we now go racing at Daytona, driving number 16, driven by Greg Biffle. So far, so good, as we're currently leading over second place. And speaking of second place, they just rampage their way through, and now they're going to cause a massive accident with the 01 car. What is Junebug doing? And whoa, Carl Petty's now gone flying. And now the 2 cars now going around. Meanwhile, up front, the 8 car continues to lead, but we're going to rampage the 12 car, Ryan Newman, out the way. It's the final lap, the final set of corners. It's either me or Dale Jr. Who's going to get it? We've got the draft. Here we go. But oh no, you're going to ram into the back of him. The 8 car's going to pass in the wall. And Dale Jr. is going to get the win here at Daytona. We just come so short of winning, but unfortunately, we rammed into the back of him. We got put in the wall, but still GG. Look at this, it's Tony versus Tony. Which Tony will get the win? Ryan Newman getting really loose on the back stretch. He again tags us a bit right there. We get a big rub from the boost, and as always, we're going to catch up to the other Tony, as well as Jeff Burton. Meanwhile, we're now currently side by side, and we just tuck in right just barely in this big pack. And as you can see right there, Tony Stewart begins to get away, but then here comes Tony Stewart. Less than a lap to go, we're currently up front, but not for long. Here comes the rest of the field, including the other Tony Stewart. Let's see if we can try and catch back up. I'm a little worried as you see one driver up really loose in front. That was Jeff Burton, I believe. Meanwhile, as you can see there, we got a big run. Here we go. We may have a chance, but oh no, what in the world? Tony Stewart also gets a big run, and as I wish, we're going to have to settle for second. Been some really good racing so far here at Bristol. It's been really fun and awesome short track racing. We're just overtaking some lap drivers, and whoa, who is that? Is that Greg Biffle I see barrel rolling? Oh my goodness. What is Greg Biffle doing? He's going head on into the outside wall really hard. We plow into him, and now Greg's now barrel rolling. Jesus, the 16 car on 2 wheels. We're going to finish the race, but I'm not too sure Greg Biffle's going to. They'll have to go for another barrel roll again, but it looks like they're going to run out of time, and which, yes, they do, and that is a DNF for them. It's time for more short track action here at Phoenix, and whoa, we have 1 car flying. That's Dave Blaney. I didn't even think you could even go flipping at this track. And wow, what a recovery for Dave Blaney. He's literally right over here after going for a massive crash in turn 1. We have 2 laps to go. We still have a whole bunch of drivers just ahead of us. We need to overtake. And it looks like the rubber band effect, because now we've literally overtaken like 11 drivers within the space of a few seconds. Oh my goodness. Well, we got a win thanks to the game's weird physics. So thank you, game, I guess. This time we are Dale Jr. and we're back at Daytona. This time we're going to try and make our way through the field and try and get the win if we can. And whoa, look at the 41 car. He's gone right into the infield and he's gone flying. He's a helicopter, and that is a major accident right there. We're currently under threat from the 2 car of Kurt Busch as we're currently leading. You see right there, side swipe, another side swipe. He's all over the track and we're quite loose right there, but we're still leading right here. But we're still under attack from the 2 car of Kurt Busch. You see right there, he goes up high. He ends up going into us a bit right there. That was close. Let's cause some final carnage before we finish here at Daytona. You see both of them now wrecking. Kurt Busch will finish second, we win. But oh my goodness, we're literally a tornado. Plot twist, but Dale Jr. has the role as the tornado in the new Twister movie this summer. It's a battle between me and Mark Martin right now as we come to the checker flag. This time, we go on the inside. Whoa, a late block from Mark Martin. He does a Michael McDowell, and we're going to get the win here at Daytona. Whoa, Michael Waltrip goes around. He literally launched him over the fence. He's gone outside the racetrack. Oh, around goes Sterling Marlin in the 14 car. You see right there, he's gone flying into the infield. For the final time here in the NASCAR EA Arcade racing game, let's cause some carnage, but instead they're going to cause carnage on us. We're going to wreck us. We're barrel rolling big time on turn number 4. We get ploughed into, both of us, Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth, barrel rolling big time. This is a non-crash and that was weird. Also, quick question, are you enjoying this video? If so, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate that a lot. Oh yeah, we're now at the Charlotte Roval in NASCAR Rivals. Time for some online racing. This is going to be disastrous. This is see how we do into the first corner, which is quite a brutal corner if you miss it. So far so good. Side by side for the lead right now as we now go into the backstretch area of the infield part of the Roval. We're now just ahead of the 18 car ourselves, so we are currently leading, but he's going to use the bumper. We're going to go off the track just a tiny bit. Luckily a bit of a recovery right there. Both of us a bit of contact right there. That's going to allow the 10 car to go and take the lead. We're now going to fall back to second place and now third. Side by side with Austin Cindric coming out of the infield part, and now 3 wides. The 18 makes a risky move. We're going to make a crossover for second. Let's see if we can actually make the breaking point for this chicane, and luckily we do, but we go a little bit wide right there. That's going to allow the 18 to go and take second place. 3 wide almost right there with Austin Cindric now side by side for third place. We're now putting the pressure on second place right now. The 18 car Polyfin just a little bit intimidated. As you can see there, he went a little bit wide and we get really loose, and as of which that's going to fool our plans. We're going to fall back a lot. We're going to send it on third place, but we're going to miss the chicane, and as of which we're now going to have to serve a penalty. Things went from okay to bad. As you can see right now, we're now 7th. Now we're going to get really loose, and now we're going around. We've crashed out at the Charlotte Roval, only on lap number 3. Things have gone from bad to worse. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pummu Talladega. We're going to be racing with the AIs, and we're going to be doing a race against the Gen 6 versus Gen 7 to see which is better. Let's see who takes it. So we are driving for Team Gen 6, and WRL's currently driving for Team Gen 7, and one of the Gen 7 cars gets really loose right there. I thought they were actually going to flip from the physics. We're currently hanging kind of near the back of the field. Whoa, we've got an incident up front. Looks like we may have an accident in our hands, and I think we do. There's a ton of smoke, and the 24 car, William Byron, my man's going absolutely flying. He's going to go back up the racetrack, and we've got ourselves the big one. And look at this, the 54, the 41. They go flying into the catch fence, and the Gen 7 almost got wiped out. You see it right there, a bunch of listed race cars. They're all Gen 7, and let's see another Gen 7 car gets taken out, and one of the Gen 6 cars goes absolutely flying. We make it through. And I believe the Gen 6 are the winners because we are the last Gen standing. All the Gen 7 cars have been destroyed, and we're now on our side big time, and we've just lost our spoiler from an accident like that. Unfortunately, we lose the challenge for Pummu Talladega because we got taken out, but the good news is the Gen 6 car, our team wins. So far, we're now driving as the 24 car William Byron in this mixed Gen 6, Gen 7 field. And the 8 car Kyle Busch, he goes around big time. He goes on his side. We now catch some air. We're now going to catch some air again. And somehow we save it. We did a 720 spin and we recover, and we haven't lost almost any positions. And that was such an incredible save right there. That was incredible. Uh-oh, I see that annoying ambulance again. It's going to try and cause some carnage, so I better try and avoid it next time by. Look how nice this formation is. Too bad it's about to get ruined. As you can see now, here comes the ambulance. It's going to cause some absolute carnage on the back stretch. We had some Gen 7 cars remaining, and we're going to get some damage, and we're going to get caught up in this, but somehow we recover the car. Time to go racing at Atlanta, and here's the reason why we don't race here that often. As you can see there, we immediately have a huge accident. One car barrel rolling, and you can see right there another car getting some air. That's the 99 car, and oh my goodness, the 17 car climbs on the 24 car, and look at this. He's literally on his roof in the smoothest slide I've ever seen. We now return to just Daytona for a Cars Special Edition. I'll be driving as Lightning McQueen, and WRL will be driving as the King himself. We'll be doing a shootout with all the main characters if we can, and we're now underway as we now exit the pits. And this is hope lag isn't a problem, and as long as other drivers aren't a problem. As you can see right now, one of the trucks gets in the way. We got debris all over the track, but thankfully, no harm, no foul. Well, maybe a little bit of foul, because you can see the 43 car now goes around. He's going to probably come back out the racetrack, and he does, as of which he's going to tap the wall. He's spinning out in front of us. The front of his car's destroyed, and we barely sneak by. So now we're going to have to wait for him, but luckily we make it through. WRL is now pulling out the young guns, because now it's going to be McQueen versus Storm. He's now on the outside lane, but McQueen now on the inside lane. We're going to be side by side right now. We are now side by side for the lead. And now we're going to try and take the lead, and there's a car in front of us, and now we're going to go around after contact from Jackson Storm. It's going to destroy Lightning McQueen's face, which we're going to fail the challenge, and we're going to lose to Jackson Storm, which is kind of a shame, but you know what, Robin is racing, and that was a bit too much of aggressive racing, and we fail the challenge. We will be racing at Talladega in RoStock, a Roblox NASCAR game, and here we go, and what in the world? What just happened? Thankfully it wasn't us. So far, so good, though. We're currently side by side with the other 24 car. We're going to push below the yellow line right now. He's not really giving us much space. You see right there, he's making a bit of contact because he's coming down into us. We're going to go up into him just a little bit right there. Just a little bit of Robin's racing. I mean, that is racing. We have 2 laps to go. This guy keeps making contact right now. I'm fed up after the rivalry from earlier, so we're going to put him in the wall right there, and we're going right back up into him. We're going to take him out right there.
Delightfully devilish.
It's just me and the leader that remains. If we now come onto the white flag, it means now we're going to try and race this guy much cleaner, but the problem is he might race us dirty because A, this is Roblox, and B, because he's trying to defend himself. As you can see right there, he kind of put us in an odd scenario. We only have 2 corners remaining. We're now looking on the inside once again. He's obviously going to make the move. He's going to put us into the grass right now. We're both going to grass a bit of contact right there. And there's the 24 car once again. 3 wide for the race lead. Coming off the final corner. We're now 3 wide. Who's going to get the win? And now the 24 car is going to go around. He gets there big time. It's now going to be a drag race between me and the 66 car. Who's going to get it? Side by side. Coming to the finish line. We're going to make sure we get the win. And we're going to get it. Just barely at the line. A classic Talladega finish. Ah yes, good old backstretch battles. The game where no one seriously knows how to line up properly without any carnage occurring before the race. Oh wow, this is like a brand new track. I'd never been here before, so this is our first time here, and this is a bit of an odd one because it doesn't look like an average track, so let's see how well we do. Are you kidding me? Already? Well, quickest way to lose a challenge. Man, look how chaotic it was at the very beginning. We have multiple cars stuck, including WRL currently. We're almost finished with this brand new course. Imagine if we could win it, and whoa, we go for a barrel roll, guys. So this could affect us, and whoa, the other 2 do as well. This could give us some hope. As you can see, WRL got caught up in it as well with the other guy. So this is going to give us some more breathing room to try and get the win right here. We may have failed the challenge, but we did not fail trying to get the dub. For the first time at this new racetrack, we get the win, and WRL gets a nice 2nd place. A first 2nd place finish for both of us is a fantastic finish. I know this is meant to be Talladega, old Talladega, but man, we're going 5, 6, almost 7 wide. This is absolutely insane racing right here. But see how long it lasts before we all wreck, and you see, yeah, that didn't take long. The 24 Alliance currently in formation, 1st and 2nd place right now, and looks like WRL is going to get the win in a drag race, 1st and 2nd place once again. Wow, look at us, there's a 24 cars, and well, we're going to go flying like a literal helicopter right here. Gravity almost doesn't exist, and we get back going somehow. You should always work in an alliance. Right now, us 3 are currently in a 38 car alliance. We can always rely on each other whenever someone tries to take us out or when we get separated. No matter whatever happens, we stick together because we are an alliance. We work together. We help each other no matter if it's even our fault. Because we all know if we work together, we can achieve many great things. Thank you. But sometimes we fail. But sometimes alliances just don't work, and sometimes can end up with you with a wrecked race car. Chaos has ensued on Rainbow Road right now as we go for the lead, and whoa, we're going flying once again. We went really high right there, and luckily we didn't go outside the racetrack, or else that would have been disastrous. No one's cutting anyone any slack, so you know what's going to happen, right? Someone's going to go over the fence just like that. We need to try and formulate a plan to catch back up, and we're going to crash into someone who went flying, and oh my goodness, we're going to carry them. I've never seen this before, and this is the funniest thing I've seen in BBR. Come on, let's try and carry him to get a victory. Imagine if we could do that, and oh man, 22 is going to spoil our party, but you know what, it was always worth a shot. We are now racing here at Phoenix, and oh no, we're gonna get turned already. We're flying. Uh-oh, so you can revive it. Oh my goodness, we're outside the racetrack, and there is collision out here. Just try and see if we can actually try and finish the race out in the sand. I think it'd be best if we just hug the wall and try our best, because otherwise if we hit a cactus, it will come make our car go to an immediate stop. So it would just be best to hug the wall because there's no cactus around here. So let's actually try and see if we can do this. Now I can see a grandstand ahead, but I'm hoping there'll be a little gap that we can try and sneak by if possible. Well, the gap doesn't exist, and as of which we're now going to get stuck on the other railing, so now we're like double stuck, so that's always a great thing. Okay, we have 3 online players in this server, including ourselves, here in NASCAR Heat Ultimate, as we go racing at one of NASCAR's most brutal tracks, Dover. We now dive it into turn number 1, maybe just a little too much. We're in the black area on the apron right there. That's going to allow the free car to get around us and take the lead. We've got a bit of a loose race car. You see there, he went really loose right there, but we had quite a fast race car. And as I wish, there's a bit of contact right there, but we managed to hang on. Coming on to lap number 2, he goes into the wall just a tiny bit, and we get on his inside. I mean, he's going to send it, and he's going to send it right into us and into the wall. What in the world? That was not a great move at all, but luckily we managed to hang on, and we're now 3 wide for the race lead. Or we were, until we wrecked the 2-car Bratislawski, but not at our own fault. I'm going to keep my distance from the 3-car, despite the fact I want to get by him, because I have a nice quick race car, and I just want to get to first place if I can, because he's getting away, and we're going to tap the wall bit right there, and we're going to hit the other wall pretty hard. That won't count as a wreck, but we've lost a ton of positions, and there goes NRP. We're just under halfway into this race, and so far it's been a bit of a disaster if I'm honest. And no, NRP, what's happened to him? He's had an issue off the corner, he goes around. It's just us in this battle against the 3-car who acts really dirty earlier. To see how he acts now as we have a huge run. We go on the outside of him, he goes a little wide, but then he goes down low. That was my fault right there, going into the wall. That was not him. But then now he's going to go wide into the wall, and we're going to put him in the wall, and he's going to go around. What is this carnage I see just ahead of us? Oh no, we're not going to be able to make it through, just barely. We don't. And we clip the 2-car and we go around. That's going to count as an accident, and sadly we failed a challenge. We may have failed the challenge, but we're going to settle for a 2nd place finish, which is not too bad, but I was hoping for a 1st. Can we get the win? We're literally about to come off the final corner here at Iowa. We're going to get really loose big time, and we're going to go around hard into the outside wall. NRP's going to get the win, thank goodness. At least he got it, and we're going to go absolutely flying in front of the crowd right here. Side by side for 2nd place with us and Huddy coming on to lap number 2 here at WWT Raceway. It's going to be a drag race into the first corner, so he'll be the first let off. We're going to send it, but then he's going to send it even more into our inside, knocking both me and the other 3-car up wide. And now we're side by side. I'm not happy with him, but he's going to try and wreck us right there, and he's going to wreck himself. Luckily we had no more interference from that guy, because I didn't have any more issues, and we're going to get the dub right here. And whoa guys, I think I found the secret entrance to Hogwarts, because that wall had no collision physics. We return to Martinsville for some more online short track action. As you can see, Huddy sends it into the outside right there. We have to be careful right here because we're in the middle of a rivalry. As you can see, there was more contact right there. We're going to take the lead from him, but will he send it? No, he does, but thankfully he doesn't send it right near us. But he's going to get onto our inside. He's going to try and turn us, but we save it thanks to the wall. But jeez, man. We have the 7-car just in front of us. That's going to slow the 3-car down, so we retake the lead going into turn number 3. And oh, he's going to send us up the racetrack. That was a very dirty move. That was, you couldn't even call that Robbins racing for sure. We're once again side by side for the lead despite being a rivalry, and oh my goodness, the 00 car, get out the way. We return to Bristol once again in this video as we're now side by side. Oh my goodness, the 3 cars just sent it on our inside. He's going to put us in the wall for sure this time. This rivalry has reached a boiling point. I have been taken out and have races ruined, same with poor NRP. So you know what? It's time to fight back.
This is war.
Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight. Round 3. Fight. KO.
Okay, I feel much better. What's happening guys, NASCAR Gamer here. Firstly I want to say a big thank you for making it 43 minutes into the video, because 43 minutes is a long time watching a video, so that means that you must really enjoy the content, and I appreciate that a lot, and I hope to make more of these in the future. And speaking of that, I really enjoy making these videos because they can be a lot of fun and just absolute enjoyment to make and edit. So if you like these videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know if you want part 8 to be made, and I will go ahead and make it, enjoy making it, as well as making sure you guys like to enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.